always for us important, but now after, as everyone said, that after the COVID shock and also the Russian-Ukrainian crisis, extreme shock, things went crazy. And the problem of, we always like to be kind with our people and to minimize poverty and to minimize hunger and all these big titles. But on the reality, there is a real serious problem. Because if we would like to talk about food security, we have to make food available. Availability is extremely important. And then accessible for the people. And at the bottom line, which now is extremely difficult to be realized, affordable. Talking about what we did during the last 7 years, in order to make it available, we are importing about 65 or something like that of our basic food commodities. So the logistics and the storage was extremely important in order to have a safe strategic reserve. And this had led us to one of the most important national projects, which is the silos. And fortunately, we managed to achieve before the COVID, from the year 2014 until 2018-19, that we raised our storage capacity from 1.2 million tons. And the 1.2 million tons, by the way, it is 1.5 months of consumption. To 3.4 million tons. This is very important, but it is up till now we would like to have an ambitious extension of that project in order to reach during the coming 3 to 5 years to 5 million tons, not only for wheat but for grains, in different type of grain. This is very extremely important. The second part is the internal trade infrastructure, which we are talking about logistic parks, strategic stores, hyper markets, commercial centers. All these were really missing, but we planned a strategic development of the infrastructure of the internal trade started since 2017, and now we have 18 running projects and all directed or managed and investing with the private sector. We are not talking about government investments. It's all done by private sector. On the other side, we enhanced our internal networking. I mean, increase the number of outlets in order to make it easier for the people to have their goods. The real challenge today is we all know what is the problem in basic commodity, either wheat, corn, oil, everything is about not Dr. Tariq oil, but edible oil is more now expensive than the petroleum, the oil. So it is, I was very glad to hear from Dr. Rania that the World Bank is coming to make a package and support, especially in the area of the food security, part of it to be for purchasing of wheat or whatever we can do, and the second part, which is also extremely important, to enhance and extend our capacity of storage of silos. And we went through the discussion, and I'm very glad to see that we already agreed upon nearly 10 locations. All of them are in the southern part of Egypt, in order to develop either extension of existing silos to increase the capacity, or establishing a new ones, because the new lands are, which is developed in Toshka and Sharq al-Awainat and all the southern part of Egypt, need a real storage capacity. And when we are talking about storage, is not, I am very glad that some of you will visit us tomorrow to see what we mean by quite good silos. It is a total development of the region. It is introducing a new logistic park with all what it takes from organization aspect, from human capital development, from high technology. All what we are talking is all computer controlled systems, which from the input of the silos until the exit of last grain of the silos is completely computerized. And we have a very ambitious project to interconnect all our silos into a control center in order to have, as we see on the screen now, the whole level of storage and what is going in and out dynamically real time. Because even if we are talking just 1 minute only, and I will finish, the losses which we exerted before doing that project from the World Bank and from the World Food Program, from all the organizations were considering minimum from 10 to 15% losses from the grain during the whole year. And if you are talking about our ministry, it's just consuming 10 million tons of wheat. If we are talking about 10%, not 15, this means we are talking about 1 million ton. 1 million ton, not today. Before the two crises, was about $300 million. If you multiply by the rate now, you are talking about 5 to 6 billion Egyptian pounds. All the capacity build and all the increase of the storage and so on, it cost us 7.5 billion Egyptian pounds. This means the sale of 1 year cover the whole cost of what we added, about doubling the capacity from 1.2 million tons to 3.4 million tons. So it is very economic, very oriented for development, in implementing technologies, saving a lot of losses. This means adding to the food security. If I will talk about the Ministry of Supply and Internal Trade, as Dr. Shakir say, will take, you said 1 hour, 20 minutes? No, 12 hours and something like that. Thank you very much, and very glad to be with you, and I'm very eager to conclude the project in order to get it done on the ground. Thank you.
Thank you very much.